What's up, everybody? This is Tim O Paints. My name's Tim, and today we're going to go over the top strategies that I use to get more leads for my small paint business when I was first starting, as well as some other strategies that I still use to this day to get leads. So after you've leveraged your friends and your family and your neighbors to get your first few jobs, and you're wanting to expand out to get jobs from people that you don't know, but you're not sure how to do it. So one short-term strategy to getting more paint jobs is to get yard signs. Now, once you leverage your neighbor once you leverage your neighbors and your friends and family, you're going to have a few jobs under your belt. And when you're on those jobs, you want to place those yard signs. Get 2 or 3 yard signs, stick them in the front yard. Jack and Sally see that you're on a job painting the house, and they kind of turn around and start looking at their house. They're like, oh, well, maybe we need paint too. It's kind of like a psychological thing. The neighbors kind of want to keep up. They say keep up with the Joneses. So that's where you could really benefit for having a few signs out in the yard, because basically you've already been vetted to be in the neighborhood, which means that, hey, the neighbors trusted this guy to get over here and paint. So a yard sign can really benefit you, as well as putting something on the side of your truck too while you're there, even if it's one of those magnets from like Vista Prints or whatever. But you're already in the neighborhood, so you already have some social proof. You've already been vetted. So it's good to be able to advertise for yourself while you're on site. So that's a good short-term strategy to getting more jobs when you're first starting out, is with the yard signs. Placement is key, though, if you're going to go outside of a job and place them out into the public. That could be a little tricky, but keep in mind that also when you're doing that those signs do cost money, and if you're going to put them out into a public space, they can typically and usually do get picked up. Sometimes they stay for months, sometimes they stay for years, but sometimes they'll get picked up the same night. So just keep that in mind when you're placing out the signs into public areas like parking lots and near stop signs and stuff. Second best lead source, and this is for long-term strategy, will be Google My Business. Set up a Google My Business page, because most people in your area are going to go to Google. A lot of people use voice command nowadays, and they'll just be like, hey, painters near me. So ranking to be on the first page is a whole different thing, and you'll really have to maybe pay. There's services out there that'll get you dialed in with the SEO, and that'll help you rank to get to that first page. But, it takes time. Google My Business is a long-term investment. You want to make sure you get it started, and you just kind of, get it rolling. But once it's dialed in, that could be a great way to get jobs near home, because it's proximity based. And once you get a lot of once you get a lot of reviews on there, that's a great way to have it. And that brings me to number 3, which kind of works in tandem with number 2, is a website. Because once they go to check out your Google My Business, which essentially is kind of a website, but it'd be nice for them to click off and be able to go and schedule. Now, key thing to having a website, though, is you got to make sure it's not a crappy website, because I've seen some crappy websites. I went out and did my research, clicked on a couple websites, tried to even schedule appointments, never hear back. So that's a big no-no. Make sure that you get a good website for your Google My Business. And again, there are services out there that you could pay that will help you get those to where they're optimized, and they're running and they're generating a ton of new leads. And essentially new leads obviously turn into more revenue for you and more money in your pocket. So if you're going to get a website, make sure it's not a crappy website. I can't stress that enough. Number 4, my favorite strategy. However, it does require a budget, and there's quite a learning curve to this. But once you get it just right, this has been my best strategy. And I've been able to launch several different businesses using this to generate new leads. And with those new leads, I've been able to kind of build up my Google My Business and my website. But Facebook ads. Now, I'm sure if you maybe have tried them, and like I said, that there is a learning curve, but this has been my favorite way to get my name out there, to break out into the industry and start getting some new leads. And with the proper education on it, you could really get it dialed in and make tons of money, to where, I've made thousands of dollars off of a few dollars, like $2 in ad spend. In one case, I landed a $3,500 job on $2 of ad spend, and I regularly land $100 to $200 jobs on about $1 ad spend. So it does work. However, it can be confusing, and there's a bit of a learning curve, and you do have to have a budget. So when you're first starting out, if you don't have a budget, that might not be the route for you. Number 5 on the list is going to be free marketing, which is like Nextdoor app, Craigslist, Facebook marketing, or Facebook Marketplace, because these are places that you can do free advertisement and get your name out there. I have heard that on Nextdoor that often your ads and stuff will get removed, but that's okay. Just don't spam it. make sure that you're posting in your neighborhood, and just try to do it maybe once or twice a month. Don't spam, because that's just going to get you banned, and you don't want to get banned because, like I said, that's free advertisement and it's a way to go. So one other one that I forgot to throw in there, I guess this could be like number 6, would be flyers and door hangers. Now, when you're first starting out, if you can get some flyers and door hangers, if you can just make them at home, the thing that I don't like about flyers and door hangers is that it's a lot of work, and you have to have thousands of those things. And most of the times when somebody hands me a flyer, I feel like they're asking me, like, here, take this flyer and throw it away for me. Because I don't know, like, I feel like if I'm looking for a service, I'm out actively looking for the service. I'm not really receptive to somebody just shoving their service in my face. I don't know. That's personal. That's how I feel. And I've never once had a door hanger on my door that I've actually wanted to read. I see it on there, I immediately don't want to read it. But that's just me, and I assume that I'm not the only one that feels that way. But if you got more time than money, flyers and door hangers can definitely work, because you just want to get your name into a neighborhood. Because once you get in that neighborhood, you have social proof, and it's easier to just go knock on the door, say, hey, I just did Jack and Sally's house right down the street. Are you interested? So any ways that you could get your name out there, people to see you out there, I mean, it's going to be great. So let's do a little refresher. So number 1 short-term strategy, obviously, is leveraging friends and family. On top of that one is yard signs, because once you get onto a job, you put them out in the yard. And then also you can go rogue and just go out placing them in public places, but you risk them getting picked up either by competitors or landowners, or you place them without permission, essentially, right? So they might get yoinked up. So keep in mind that yard signs work. You could put them, they'll last for a year, they might last for a month, and they might not even last through the night. So that's one of the cons, and they do cost money. So once you invest in them, you want them to stay where they're going to stay. So I would recommend 2 or 3 for jobs that you're on. Number 2, second best lead source is Google My Business. So number 2 was second best lead source that we had for long term would be Google My Business. It's proximity based, which gets you into the area that you live, right? So you don't have to travel very far. Once you get started, people are going to start searching for the service near me, right? How many times have you looked up a service near me? Pizza near me, car wash near me, so painters near me. You want to get in that list. And like I said, if you have money to spend, you could hire services to help you get the SEO and get it optimized. That way you're getting more traffic to it. Speaking of traffic, once you do get the traffic, you want to have a website. Websites are good. It's not going to be your main way of promoting, but it's a great thing to have in tandem with the other strategies that we're talking about and that we're about to mention, which is my favorite. Number 4 was Facebook ads. Can be confusing, bit of a learning curve, and you got to have a budget, but this works without a doubt, hands down, my favorite way to launch a new business. Number 5, free advertising, Craigslist, Facebook, Nextdoor, OfferUp. I just put them up. Number 6, flyers and door hangers. Obviously, some people have great success with those. I haven't witnessed much success with flyers and door hangers, but if you got more time than money, that's the route to go. So hey, thanks for watching this video. Give me a thumbs up. If you guys need help getting your Facebook ads dialed in, check out that first link in the description, and subscribe if you like videos like this, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Or click one of these and I'll see you right now. Peace.